All right, you guys, it is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni day. Finally, shocking. Taylor Swift feels used. She always feels used. And she wants nothing to do with the Justin Baldoni situation. Taylor Swift is alleging that Blake Lively is lying, but is Taylor telling the truth, or is this just a strategy to save her own skin? I want you guys to know that we are not observing publicly back and forth a lawsuit. What we are observing is essentially a ticking time bomb, a timer on Ryan Reynolds' ego.
Hollywood is no stranger to scandals, but the latest revelation from Candace Owens has sent shockwaves through the industry. In a bombshell exposé, Owens alleges that Blake Lively secretly met with Taylor Swift to plot against Justin Baldoni in a high-stakes power play over It Ends With Us. With accusations of media manipulation, hidden agendas, and career sabotage, the story has taken a dramatic twist. As Baldoni fights back with a massive defamation lawsuit and Swift distances herself from the controversy, the battle for truth is just beginning. Is this a calculated takedown or the exposure of Hollywood's darkest secrets?
Or at least we established a very crucial part of the puzzle, which I am told by Taylor Swift's team, or I guess not by her team, but like Taylor Swift's team tried to bury what I'm about to show you on the internet. We'll see if that's true. So I don't know what to say here other than grab your girlfriends, wear your florals, like Blake Lively said, and let's get started.
Candace Owens has ignited controversy by exposing an alleged secret meeting between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift, claiming it was part of a coordinated effort to manipulate the ongoing legal and professional battle with Justin Baldoni over the film It Ends With Us. Owens' revelations suggest that Swift was unknowingly used in a larger scheme orchestrated by Lively, with Ryan Reynolds backing to gain control of the film's production.
So Taylor Swift, and yes, we are taking full credit for this. Stay-at-home moms, people that have been sending me tips, we are taking full credit for this journalism. But clearly, either she or someone on her team saw our episode yesterday, because we have just been on the scent like a hound. And a picture was starting to form that Taylor Swift may have been involved somewhat in the background in what happened to Justin Baldoni. I mean, she was named in the lawsuit for a reason. And like I said on yesterday's show, it was her particular style, these Easter eggs. She was hanging out with them at that time. The New York Times article, a lot of what happened just seemed to have a flavor of Tay. Well, today, her team, and respect to them for the speed at which her marketing team moves, dropped an entire article in the press announcing that her and Blake are taking a break. They're no longer friends because, shocking, Taylor Swift feels used. She always feels used. And she wants nothing to do with the Justin Baldoni situation. Is she being used, or are people starting to jump into lifeboats because Ryan and Blake's Titanic, you know, the ship that not even God could sink, is sinking? It's going down.
According to Candace Owens, Blake Lively arranged a covert meeting with Taylor Swift, allegedly to reinforce her position in the dispute with Baldoni. Owens asserts that Lively manipulated Swift into attending the meeting under false pretenses, using her as an unintentional tool in Hollywood's power play. Reports suggest that Swift's PR team has since leaked information about her stepping away from Lively, attempting to clarify that she had no prior knowledge of the legal strategy against Baldoni.
Hold up. Did you catch the latest Hollywood bombshell? Taylor Swift versus Blake Lively. The feud is real. Insider sources reveal that Taylor was lured into a secret meeting at Blake and Ryan Reynolds' NYC penthouse with Justin Baldoni, without knowing what was really going down. As Taylor walked in, she was unexpectedly introduced to Justin, her very first meeting with him. And here's the twist. After the heated session, Blake texted Justin calling herself Khaleesi and dubbed Taylor and Ryan her dragons. Taylor now feels utterly betrayed, claiming this was a setup to use her name for ulterior motives. Will these two icons reconcile after a heartfelt apology and tearful hug? Or is this rift merely the opening act to an even larger battle? for power in Hollywood?
A recent Daily Mail article, believed to have been orchestrated by Swift's team, claimed she felt used and was unwilling to let her image be entangled in Lively's legal battle. This revelation aligns with past speculation that Swift was unknowingly drawn into a web of Hollywood politics.
I personally did not feel that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds had the star power to get the New York Times to risk their professional reputation to help take down Justin Baldoni. That's like global star power. That's something Kris Jenner can get done, Taylor Swift can get done, Beyonce can get done. Not Ryan Reynolds, not a Blake Lively for sure. Anyway, so today woke up, Daily Mail, huge article. And I want to tell you something first and foremost before we even discuss this article. Do not let people mistake you into thinking this is just a gossip column, okay? I've hung around some of these A-listers. I used to be friends with Kanye West. I know how this works. And let me tell you something that is well known in Hollywood is that Taylor Swift has plugs, especially at the Daily Mail, when she wants to get a narrative out. The person that works for her is this woman named TriniTEA. And TriniTEA is allegedly vicious. She will protect Taylor Swift's reputation by any means necessary, and they fold. Okay, the editors, the writers, journalists, when she says put something in the mail, it gets done. And I'm not saying that part allegedly. That is a fickety fact. Okay, take that to the bank, start a 401k. TriniTEA knows how, when she feels Taylor Swift is being threatened, she's going to protect her reputation. So this Daily Mail article appears, very timely. It says Taylor Swift taking a step back from Blake Lively as dramatic legal battle with Justin Baldoni threatens their decade-long friendship.
As a result, the singer has noticeably distanced herself from the controversy, raising questions about whether she truly supported Lively's claims or was merely caught in the crossfire.
It's PR people who come behind and they tell you this is what we want planted, and the more power you have, it will be word for word, exactly what you want the public to read. So I'll tell you what they want the public to read. It says Taylor Swift is taking a step back from her friendship with Blake Lively after feeling like she was used as an intimidation tactic by the actress in a lawsuit that she never wanted to be embroiled in. For the time being, she is taking a step back from Blake because she doesn't want to get tangled in this more than she already has, which is far more than she ever needed to be, an insider told the Daily Mail. Her friends also think that Blake's "I'm Khaleesi and like her, I happen to have dragons" text to Justin was uncool and unnecessary because she was essentially used as an intimidation tactic. She was referred to as some kind of pet or possession. Taylor shouldn't even be involved in this at all. She was only going over to visit Blake and Ryan with the understanding that the meeting would be over. A second source said, Taylor has politely backed away from it all. She is conscious of her own image and hates that she was even mentioned. Okay, so the last part is true. She is politely backed away because she's conscious of her own image. She's extremely conscious. But it can't always be that Taylor Swift is being used. She can't always be being used. I'm sorry. It's been like 20 years of her being used, and I don't feel that that is the true story.
Justin Baldoni has vehemently denied the allegations made against him by Lively, which include workplace misconduct and professional sabotage. His legal team argues that he is the real victim of a coordinated character assassination, orchestrated to remove him from the film's production.
I defend Justin Baldoni in this lawsuit with Blake Lively because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie. But he is the most overly feminized man I've had to endure in recent history. Everything he says is self-flagellating over the fact that he's a man. But he's, to me, is sort of the embodiment of what happens when you totally emasculate a man. And then she continued, she took that stiletto and stuck it in his heart when he was down there self-flagellating, being so sorry for anything having to do with his testosterone. And so that's what happens to you, right? You run into somebody who seems like a witch who will take advantage of you and hurt you until finally even that kind of a guy rises up. Now, he didn't do it himself exactly. He hired a badass named Brian Friedman. And he has badass women like me defending him. Mm-hmm. But slowly but surely, I think the male class is learning down on the floor, squirming and apologizing for being a man is not the way.
Adding weight to his defense, evidence has emerged contradicting Lively's claims. Leaked set footage reportedly shows Lively engaging in friendly and professional exchanges with Baldoni, contradicting her later allegations of a toxic work environment.
I'm getting beard on you today.
I'm probably getting spray tan on you.
It smells good.
Well, it's not bad. It's my body makeup.
17th real.
That's it. There he is, creepy Baldoni, getting close to her, obviously making small chatter not in character so as not to make the scene, which didn't require dialogue, awkward. And he says it smells good because he makes a little joke like, I'm probably getting my beard on you, as he leans in close. And then she says, it's okay, I'm probably getting my spray tan on you. How is this allowed? Literally, I'm just asking the question, like, how are women allowed to do this, to take something and to make it sound like you survived a, because that's what it sounded like to the public when she spoke about everything that he possibly did when she first dropped that, or had someone on her team leak to the New York Times, that initial complaint filed in California. You just go, how is this allowed? This is why I say, being a little bit cheeky, but also not. Like, I just hate the modern women today. You know, this feminist, like, you're suffering from absolutely nothing. This is what it means to be, by the way, an actor. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to try to do a little bit of ad-libbing, to be off cue sometimes, trying to make it not awkward in an environment. And she turned that into harassment, and you should go pursue the full 7 minutes. This is like a 7-minute long clip.
Additionally, TMZ released a 2 a.m. voicemail from Baldoni to Lively, in which he sounded desperate to appease her, reinforcing the argument that he was being pressured rather than being an aggressor.
And so Justin Baldoni opted, because men don't write novels via text, they just don't, to send her a voice note back. And it's important, I'm telling you that, because he has now leaked, or someone on his team has leaked, this voicemail. And we're going to listen to it because it really helps you understand how much he fell over himself to grovel and apologize. And essentially he felt he had no option and moved to include her new rewrite, emphasis on her new rewrite of the scene, in order to, I guess, kowtow to these A-listers. Like, it's Taylor Swift. He feels there's an implicit threat here. Like, this is a dragon that can kill you. So be very careful. Here's my pet dragon.
A significant aspect of Owens' exposé involves Ryan Reynolds' alleged role in the controversy. Claims suggest that Reynolds attempted to purchase It Ends With Us, but was denied, leading him to leverage his Hollywood influence to pressure Baldoni into relinquishing control. Owens claims that Reynolds, alongside Lively, conspired with the New York Times to publish a hit piece against Baldoni, a claim allegedly supported by metadata analysis of the article's timeline.
Viewpoint is Blake Lively has nothing to do with what is happening. Her husband has come undone. And there's so much that I want to say here because I'm very disturbed by it. Like, first and foremost, what's now becoming very clear to me is that Blake Lively developed some feelings for for Justin Baldoni on set. Has happened to her. She has, been in love with Penn Badgley from, Gossip Girl, then she got with Ryan Reynolds. All these people, they're on set and their job is to sell that they're falling in love. And a lot of times, as we see with actors and actresses, it actually happens. And there's no question in my mind that Blake Lively caught real feelings for Justin Baldoni. That comes across when you read his filings and you see how easily he disputes all of her narratives. And the thing is why I say this is not a real lawsuit, and Ryan Reynolds knows this, is because he's got everything on camera, okay? There's even one part of the lawsuit where he says, this whole idea is like a harassment. She invited him to her penthouse and he was holding her baby. Like, the guy that you're not having him to your house and letting him hold your kids. Like, this is 10 times worse than the Amber Heard lawsuit. It will be 10 times worse for Blake Lively if she is meant to hit this stand.
Critics argue that the NYT article, released just one day after Lively filed her complaint, indicates premeditated coordination between the actress and the publication. Metadata from an image used in the article allegedly reveals that the file was saved under the name Smear Baldoni days before Lively's complaint was officially filed. If verified, this could expose a journalistic bias that further damages Lively's credibility.
The movie It Ends With Us, starring Blake Lively, was a huge box office hit, even as rumors spread of turmoil behind the scenes. In a legal complaint Lively filed on Friday, private text messages and other documents that we've obtained reveal what really happened. A campaign to tarnish Lively after she alleged that Justin Baldoni, her co-star and director, and Jamie Heath, the producer, producer had engaged in misconduct while shooting the film, a story about breaking the generational cycle of domestic violence. Among other allegations, Lively claimed that Baldoni had engaged in improvised and unwanted kissing and made comments to her, and that Mr. Heath had shown her pictures of his wife and that he had watched her while she was topless getting makeup removed, even as she had asked him to look away.
Filmmaker Judd Apatow, speaking at the Directors Guild of America Awards, humorously criticized It Ends With Us, suggesting that the scandal surrounding the film has overshadowed the project itself. Meanwhile, other industry figures have privately expressed concerns over the ethics of using PR strategies and media manipulation to dismantle reputations in Hollywood.
At the 77th Directors Guild of America Awards on February 8, 2025, host Judd Apatow humorously criticized the film It Ends With Us, starring Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Referring to it as a terrible movie, his remarks alluded to the ongoing legal disputes between Lively and Baldoni, which have garnered significant media attention. In December 2024, Lively filed a $250 million lawsuit against Baldoni, alleging harassment and retaliation. Baldoni responded in January 2025 with a $400 million countersuit accusing Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, of defamation and extortion. Additionally, Baldoni has initiated a $250 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times. The trial is scheduled for March 2026. The controversy has been a focal point in Hollywood, with other celebrities, including Chelsea Handler at the Critics' Choice Awards, also making light of the situation.
Taylor Swift has largely remained silent on the matter, despite being unwillingly dragged into the controversy. However, sources close to the singer suggest she is furious about how her name has been used without her consent. A close associate revealed that Swift was deeply upset after learning that Lively had privately referred to her as a dragon, implying that her presence alone could be weaponized in Hollywood's power struggles.
All right, guys, so we all know the backstory here. Blake Lively essentially threatened, you could say, Justin Baldoni, calling Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds her beautiful little dragon monsters that she sometimes has to use to get what she wants done. Well, I am pleased to report that we have got live footage of one of her dragons. Check this out. I am so sorry, Queen Khaleesi. It does not seem to be going well for you right now. Well, we'll tell you guys, yesterday we did this episode. Obviously, you saw it. I just was starting to put together this timeline like the psycho that I am and recognize that Taylor Swift was just in the mix a lot. You know, she's listed on special thanks to Taylor Swift on the credits of It Ends With Us. We had a lot of question marks about why that was. And again, just her particular flavor and style of I'm the victim and like these horrible men did something to me.
As of now, the legal dispute between Baldoni and Lively is heading toward a high-stakes trial in 2026. Baldoni has filed a $400 million defamation lawsuit against Lively, Reynolds, and their PR team, while Lively continues to push for a gag order to prevent Baldoni from releasing further evidence. The outcome of these lawsuits will determine the credibility and future standing of all involved parties.
This lawyer's language in terms of saying when people see all the text messages, they're going to realize who the real Blake Lively is a strong vote for me. A strong vote that the public in the end is going to recognize that Blake Lively was being manipulative. And I'll let you listen to what Brian said about those text messages.
And unlike any case that I've handled in my entire career, it's the one case we're going to put every single text message, every single document, everything on a website for everyone in the public to read, come to their own conclusions, and they can determine whether or not there was harassment here, there was a smear campaign, or there was retaliation, because we have proof and receipts that absolutely and unequivocally show this is not true.
Meanwhile, Candace Owens continues to expose new details, vowing to bring more evidence to light regarding Hollywood's alleged manipulation tactics.
He and his family were actually going to head into the basement with the drinks to watch this movie. Otherwise, Blake and Ryan were going to stage a boycott. So all that is happening, and now let's watch him retrospectively in an interview. Take a listen.
Congratulations, we do. Look at, first of all, the brooch, everything is on point.
I can't claim any of it. I was dressed by wonderful women.
Oh my God, and you look amazing. I'm gonna bring you a little closer because I'm starting to get snagged.
Okay.
You have made it happen. I mean, this was no easy feat. It is a beloved book from the beginning till right now at the end. How does it feel to take that all in?
I'm a little speechless. It feels very surreal. I probably should have gathered myself before I stepped on the carpet and took all of this in. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to Colleen for trusting me, for writing such a beautiful book. I'm grateful to her mother for allowing it to happen, because really this was in honor of her mom. And I'm grateful to Blake for just being a powerhouse of a performer and an amazing collaborator, and just all the people, the crew. I my wife. None of this would have happened without my wife, who did that invisible work of being with the children while I was able to make this movie that doesn't get celebrated nearly enough. And I don't know, I'm just kind of speechless, and I'm just excited for it to be released in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a village, like you said. Did I see, this is a family affair for you as well. Did I see your dad as well here?
My dad and my mom are here, my aunt, my uncle, who never shows up to anything. He's never even been to New York, and my cousin who just lost her husband, and this is a family affair, and my best friends are here, and I think all of us it just took a village to make this film, and I feel loved and supported and grateful.
Her involvement has sparked debates about journalistic ethics, media influence, and the power struggles behind the scenes of major productions.
But it's unbelievably infuriating and frustrating, and also in a weird way, you respect it. It's who I want to be. I want to be this person who, in moments of extreme cruelty, finds gratefulness, finds elements of gratefulness, but I am not capable of being that way in the third trimester of pregnancy, right? So I'm just enraged on his behalf, and I can't believe it. And there is a strength in that. People are right to say there is a strength in restraint. There is a power in being grateful in these moments. And so I credit him, but I'm also we're angry, and there is something about this case, and I think there is an element of this that makes a lot of people feel unsafe, right? I think that's the real reason when speaking about that. There's to envision this happening, being allowed to happen in society, and knowing that this sort of collusion can happen behind the scenes, and yet we would have been given a version of events which would have taken down the victim rather than the aggressor. It doesn't make us trust anybody, right? We feel like we can't trust, we are not safe with the version of events that are being presented to us about anybody in Hollywood.
The ongoing feud between Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift has captivated public interest, with Candace Owens' exposé adding another layer to the scandal. As more evidence emerges, the Hollywood power play behind It Ends With Us continues to unravel, raising serious questions about industry manipulation, media bias, and the truth behind the allegations. The trial, set for 2026, will likely be a turning point in the careers of everyone involved.
I'm telling you, they are deep into their conspiracies. As I said, I have seen this before. Even in politics, I've seen this before. People just cannot perceive when they become that powerful that any person would do anything against them or not want to be with them, and they think people are constantly plotting their downfall. And so this shows you that they still have the mentality that what's happening now, which is the sleuths coming together and piecing together the story, and people being angry by how bullied Justin Baldoni was. You notice, I'm not even bringing up Justin Baldoni. No one has brought up Justin Baldoni to me. They're basically like, he was just the puppy in the middle of this. It was like PR wars, angry people, A-list actors and actresses, and he was just easy to kick. There he is right there. Pull him up. Puppy, nice, so sweet. And all these people are like, yep, we're A-list. Let's go around. What are we gonna do on a Friday night? Let's go find some kittens to kick. Yeah, let's do it. And Justin Baldoni was there, and they just did it. They were like, kicked him. They just threw him off of a roof. People who'd throw kittens and see if they land on their feet. That was Justin Baldoni. And it looks like he's landing on his feet, by the way.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.